From a CEO to an entry-level sales position in a large corporation, every job, no matter its importance, has aspects to it that are monotonous. Whether it be leading a weekly meeting or conducting a marketing survey, these tasks tend to alienate and demotivate employees. The fatigue of completing the same task over and over can lead even the most accomplished and driven worker in a negative direction. Although monotonous tasks are unavoidable in any job, they do not need to have a detrimental effect on an employee's productivity. Reframing the task and developing a productive approach can ensure these tasks do not have a draining effect on work productivity. For instance, consistently analyzing tasks to try and find ways to be more efficient or cost effective makes the task more intellectually challenging and interesting for the employee. Early in my own career, I often found myself becoming uninterested after completing monotonous tasks such as sending out weekly reports. However, I found excitement trying to find more efficient ways to complete these responsibilities. For instance, I challenged myself by thinking of creative and innovative ways to collect information more efficiently. Instead of dreading the hour I had to spend collecting data, I found satisfaction and intrigue from attempting to minimize the time spent on the task. Although my efforts only managed to save me about 15 minutes, the time spent brainstorming efficient solutions helped keep me motivated and invested in the task at hand. As an added bonus, my boss even noticed my increased productivity and began to praise my commitment. It is important to note that some monotonous tasks cannot be changed or altered. For example, you can only think of so many ways to process data from a form or Excel sheet. When work requires repetition, it can be helpful to think of the task in an abstract manner rather than focus on its tediousness. As a teenager, I had a summer job working in a factory doing the same task over and over. I quickly found myself dreading work and waiting for break time. However, once I began to look at the parts I was making and understand how they fit to form larger tools, I began to enjoy my work. Suddenly I began to see my product as part of a larger tool and took more pride and interest in my own work. Thinking abstractly helped remove the monotony of the task for me and helped me gain a more comprehensive view of my work's importance to the company's overall goals. Moreover, if tasks are tedious, it is important to set personal goals to help keep assignment fresh and challenging. I often challenge myself to complete a certain number of emails in a specific amount of time without sacrificing quality. This simple trick challenges me to not only think of more efficient ways to complete the tasks, but also helps pass the time. Instead of dwelling on this part of my day, I look forward to the challenge it presents. The easiest way to ensure you do not become bored or uninterested in monotonous tasks is to develop an office-wide competition. Contests allow for employees to feel challenged and promote productivity. More importantly, competitions help raise morale and produce buy-in for even the most tedious tasks. For example, when I worked in sales, my coworkers and I would have a contest to see who had the most sales for each month. Although not directly sponsored by the company, we found it helped keep up our motivation and drive our sales number, both essential for success in the position. Another one of the most effective ways to overcoming the monotony of a position is to not dwell on the dullness of the task. Early on in my professional career, I let myself become burdened with the most routine of tasks. Instead of challenging myself or thinking of innovative solutions for the assignment, I allowed myself to become disinterested and unhappy. I have even left positions due to their repetitiveness, only to realize that routine exists in any job. Keeping a positive outlook and not becoming burdened by repetitive assignments will ensure your job stays fresh and exciting. So the next time you find yourself stuck in rut or dreading sending out a batch of weekly emails, try to look at the task through a different light. By setting goals, promoting competition, or even fostering productivity for tedious assignments, you can ensure that monotonous tasks do not deter your productivity or motivation in the workplace. Do not be afraid to experiment with different methods or ideas. Each person has a unique way of overcoming the monotony of routine tasks found in their job. You must find what works for you and utilize it to make sure you remain productive and happy in your position.